Hello everybody, we're back on Marrow Arrow, and we're about to ding level 36. I had a session that I tried to record. I was with Faylene, and we went to the event zone, and we put together a group, and we got back to the cider house, but the main mob that like 2-minute spawn you might have seen in my previous videos, that's the highest level mob in there, he was charmed, and some enchanter had him off somewhere, and then we only had 2 spawns in there, and everything else was camped. Every other camp was just taken, and it was Bummer City. So then we left there and we came here. We tried to duel these guys, but the gate guards were taken. We only had 3 spawns. There's one over on the wall there. There's one I could harmony pull from in here, and there's one down that ways a bit. So with only 3 spawns, we kind of felt like, well, maybe we could find more in Rivervale. So we went to Rivervale. We killed a couple in there. But overall, things were just moving really slow, and I didn't feel like it was a video really worth putting out, especially since I'm already putting out so much content. I feel like it's a little too much. I should dial it back a little bit, and I should still try to do what I was thinking of doing, which was the, have some sessions put together into one video. So I think I'm going to try to shift into that. I notice Classic does that. You'll see only 10 or 15 minutes of recording time sometimes for entire, like, 2 whole levels. Or maybe one video will cover 2 or 3 levels of him grinding guards, and just turning the video on to show how the XP is working. You know, how much are we getting from each mob, or to share some thoughts. I think that's a good way. There is a difference in our solo strategy now. We've cast a bunch of the Dance of the Fireflies, and we've gotten our conjuration up to 107, so we're actually able to use Stinging Swarm now, and it's making a big difference. I really like it. I forget if I already... Oh, he resisted, but he's running the wrong way anyway, so I don't need to snare him. Should have run to your buddies there, Keld. What are you thinking? No, let me run off into this empty forest over here. Maybe I can get away if I just can get to the empty forest. This part of the empty forest, because I'm already in the empty forest. Anyway, that didn't ding us. The next kill will, almost for sure. Although this guy's now light blue to me. We're going to hit him up, though, because we still got 1 minute on Shield of Thistle. See, now I can pull with Stinging Swarm, hit with an arrow, and then throw on a Flame Lick, and then hit another arrow. And occasionally, if the arrows land nicely, the mob will get to me already down 10 HP. We're getting 16 damage per tick on dots now, which is nice. And it's just making the fights a lot faster. And I'm only getting, sometimes I'll get 3 or 4 fizzles, but oftentimes I'll just get 1 or even no fizzles now. So feeling good, but we're still going to try to power level conjuration just to make it more smooth, because it is a high mana spell, and so when it fizzles, it's expensive. It's an expensive fizzle. This might ding us, but I don't think it will, because he's only light blue. But we did just kill a dark blue, and we didn't move a percent, so we might be like super close on the on how much we actually need to ding. I'm like 50-50 on this mob here dinging us, but we're hoping to get a lot of money. Some of my plans changed. I was under the impression from some rangers that the 2-hand sword Lamentation Blade was just a huge upgrade over anything you could dual wield, because I've got pretty good dual wield weapons. Like, that's pretty good damage to attack delay ratio on both of my weapons. But the Lamentation Blade is just, it's powerful. But it does have a, oh, there we go, we did it. 36, he did put us over the edge there. Alright. So I was like, well, I gotta spend 425 on the Lamentation Blade. Okay. And then I thought, let's see, Sow is dropping, Feel Like Cat is dropping. And then I thought, I also need a weapon for Sendrith the Cleric. I was going to get a Sharkbone Warhammer. Those seem to go for 350. And then I was thinking, well, you know what? I'm really itching to do the Enchanter Charm game. But it's going to be tough unless I get some Charisma gear. So I've got all these Twink plans. But I'm going to cut out the Lamentation Blade, Because I've heard that when you're tanking, which we usually are most often, you it's better to dual wield so you get more hits in there. Helps you keep the aggro. B, the DPS isn't that much, if at all, better than the dual wielding because the delay is so high. That's what people have been telling me. So it would still be nice because then I could keep the skill leveled up if I had it. And now is a perfect time to level up two-hand slash because these guards are starting to hit the bottom of the dark blue range, so they're still worth killing, but they are not challenging. So that's like the perfect time to level up new weapon skills, especially now that that other guard is light blue. He might now be green, unfortunately, so maybe last level would have been the one to do it because I did ding off of him, right? And I think there's only one level, is it, that mobs are light blue, and then they go to green? I'm not sure if it's one or two. If anybody knows, feel free to fill me in. But yeah, some light blue mobs would be perfect for leveling up the two-hand slash. But you know what? As far as roleplay, I just don't see a Wood Elf Ranger, traditionally being a dual wielder. I mean, using a big old sword. Like seems to me like a Wood Elf Ranger would just dual wield like he is now. It makes more sense, but they look cool. They do look cool. So I don't know. But I have other things that it's probably better to spend my money on right now. Getting Sendrith off the ground, getting some intelligence and charisma gear for my enchanter, and also just getting her some raw plat. Because she's going to have to buy research spells, and I don't want to research with her. I don't want to... with fletching, that's enough trade skill for me. I'm telling you. That is more than enough trade skill for me. I am not much of a trade skiller. I'm not so into it. Even though other rangers I talk to are a little jealous of me. They're like, I can't believe how high you've gotten your fletching and your archery. And to those who are thinking that way, well, like, I used it a lot. And it's that simple. And I think the reason I use it more than they do is because my ranger was not a twink. It was not a twink. So he needed the help. Like, to take out a white or even some dark blues, he needed to snare, kite, bow shoot them to whittle them down with the dot and a bunch of arrows. And that gave me the opportunity to fletch more arrows, and it gave me the opportunity to shoot more arrows and keep my skill up, or get my skill up. It's still not at max, not by a long shot. So let's see how the XP is now that we're not in a hell level. Ashlar here is pretty much the highest level of guard we will face. I think there's 3 guards his level. The other outside spawn, just outside the gate, if it's Aegon, which it's not at the moment, but if it is, he would give some nice... be about the same level as this guy. And then also in the guard tower to my left, when I harmony the red, the other guy I pull, he's also about the same level, I believe. So I know we're still good to hunt here. We might lose a couple spawns to be blue or even green, but we'll still have at least 3 spawns, which is decent. It's decent. What was I about to do? Oh yeah, I was going to pull up Stinging Swarm. So let's get in there. Okay, we're upping our DPS quite a bit with having the Shield of Thistles and then also the 2 dots. And I notice we're killing them faster, which means I don't have to worry as much about being full mana. See, look, 1, 2 fizzles. That's it. That's definitely acceptable for use. Arrow. Flame lick. Now he's double dotted. Another arrow. That one missed. Let's see how we do here against Deputy Ashlar. And let's hope some skills go up. Apparently, Evocation just went up to 179. That means it wasn't even maxed yet. That's crazy. I cast Flame Lick all day. So I guess Evocation's slowing down. It used to stay maxed pretty easily, but it seems like it's slowing down now. So I'm going to need to be on top of trying to throw more nukes in to help give Evocation a chance to max out. Because it didn't max out through that whole level. Maybe it's because I did too much grouping. When I'm grouping, I'm often not dotting at all, And I'm just Maybe a Flamelik to steal aggro, but otherwise I was using all my mana to snare. You know, that's probably what it was. A good deal of that level was spent in the event zone as the snarer, making sure nothing could run. So we're at 0, and we must be at flush 0, because I know light blues barely give anything. So we're closer to 0 than we are to 1% for sure. I don't have Classics UI that will tell me more specific details, but let's see. 0 goes up to, I'm guessing it'll go up to 2 again. Or high 1. It'll be like 1%, but almost 2%. Well, okay. It says 1%. Alright. So we're just going to grind some guards. We can carry a whole lot of stuff here now that we got the box of Abukar. We're putting the heaviest items in the box. Putting all the shields in the bag of Evil Sonai, and the spears are going to go in the box of Abukar. We're almost full up at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've killed 8 so far. And we can still carry quite a bit more. At least 2 or 3 more guards worth. So, yeah, we're low HP. We got plenty of mana. So we're just going to do a guard grind for a while. And then I'll check in with you when I'm ready to move on. I found out that my guild, Mayhem, has a trader bot, which is reporting everything that's being said in auction chat into the Discord. So you can just keep an eye out for whatever it is you're looking for through our guild's Discord. I hope that's not against the rules, and I'm not ratting them out here. I'm not intending to, and I don't know why it would be against the rules. So I'm able to keep an eye out for the Sharkbone Warhammer. I was keeping an eye out for the Lamentation Blade, but like I just said, I'm going to put that on the back burner for now. Don't really need it, I think. We're going to try to get ourselves a Sharkbone Warhammer. That should be the last thing we need for Sendrith. He's still going to have a couple empty slots, but he's going to have pretty good armor, and you know, it's hard for me to remember what he has and what he doesn't have as far as the slots. So I'm just going to give him a bunch of stuff that I have right now, along with a good weapon. He should be fine with the Ruby BP and a good weapon and a few other good pieces of plate. And then I'll see, okay, what's he missing, and, you know, fill in the slots with a second transfer. Don't have to do it all at once, though I guess it would be better for the sake of my friends who are going to have to help me. So we're pretty much ready to go. Even though I just chain healed a whole bunch, I had a bunch of mana. So we got buffs ready. Maybe we'll just kill one more to get a sense of, on camera, of how our Stinging Swarm is doing fizzle-wise. So this is where I harmonize. I harmony the red guard here. Then I got to back up to click on the other one. Look at that, not a single fizzle. So we are definitely good to go on our new dot now. Finally. Arrow, missed. Another dot, and then I like to run back so I can get a second arrow in before we actually engaged. He got lucky. He dodged, or both of them missed. He dodged both of them. Wow. It literally says, you can't see because my camera's blocking that particular text box, but he literally dodged both my arrows. This is frickin' Neo over here. And look, he's kind of kicking my butt. Look at that. All right, buddy. Well, we need to level evocation, so let's close that gap. Now, apparently, Lamentation Blade is way better DPS if you're, like, constantly casting. Because you got the delay happening anyway because of the fact that you're casting, right? So, look at that. We just overcame him real quick there. He was hitting us for light damage, which hurt him more than it hurt us, or as much as it hurt us. We were hitting him and nuking him, and the dots were ticking him down. They just ran out, but there's no need to refresh him because he's on the run. So it works out quite nicely. Before, 2 entire Flameliks could run their course. Now, 1 Flamelik and he's almost dead. He's down to like 30%. That's probably because we're higher levels than before, so we're landing more and bigger hits. But it's also because the Stinging Swarm is, I think it does like 130 DPS if it runs a full course, which doesn't seem like all that much, but it makes a difference. You know, when the mob has, I don't know, what is it, 600, 700, 800 HP, it's like an eighth a sixth to an eighth of their HP. So it is definitely a decent factor. Now we got Deputy Poult over here is green, but he's got a shield, and if we kill him, we could probably get, we could probably get a blue spawn next time. So why not just take care of him real quick? I shouldn't have healed up. I should have pulled him right away, so that way he could get my HP down below 50, and I could bandage and then heal up. But I healed up. Now he's going to get me probably right back down to 50, it looks like. So yeah, I'm going to pause it here. You kind of see what we're doing. It's not that exciting. I've said what I got to say for the most part. If I think of anything else, I'll flip it back on. But this might be all that I record in this session. That's what I'm thinking. It probably won't be. I can't keep my mouth shut. Oh yes, one more thing. You notice that that second kill got us to 3%. So we're probably getting 1.5% for the harder guards here. But we can handle them. That's decent. That's not bad. Not great, but not bad. I can live with that. Great money, right? Definitely great money. Okay, I literally just paused it, and I'm unpausing it again because I was playing around. And this is something worth knowing. For those of you who don't know, I learned it from Rectio. And it's how to target mobs via commands. Some mobs have 2 words in their name, and that's where it gets tricky. So if I hit track, we can see that the next guard I'm planning on killing, he's in this tower, but I don't have eyeballs on him. And every time I need to kill him, I usually run into the room, and he attacks me. I don't see where he spawns at all. I think he's right here, but he attacks me through the wall as I'm running up the ramp. So if I want to get the jump on him, I've got to find a way to target him. And I can't get line of sight, so I do /target space, and I know his name is Deputy Lou. As I can see, he's blue on my track right here. Deputy Lou, L-O-O-H. So I type deputy, and then here's the secret when there's 2 names. You have to do an underscore, and then L-O-O-H, and I hit enter. Oh, and there he is. There he is right there, Deputy Lou. So I got him. Now, when we're ready to go, which, let's not waste any more time. I think we're fine. Let me throw on my Shield of Thistles and target Deputy Lou again. Let's see if I can cast my dot through a wall. And I can. Oh, it fizzled. Right at the end. It like made it all the way and then fizzled. Oh, again. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There we go. We hit him. Here he comes. Arrow. That's nice. So if you can't get a line of sight, you can still do that. Now, some places, they won't let you cast through walls. I think it depends on the walls, honestly. Or it could depend on the spell. Like, I don't think Harmony would... I should have tried seeing if Harmony would work through the wall on Deputy Lou here. I will try that next time. Because I was having... Which sucks, because, enchanters, they get to use their lull, pacify, calm spells through walls. Why can't I use my Harmony through a wall? I have to have line of sight all the time. Even when other, like, nukes and stuff don't need line of sight. It doesn't make sense to me. But, I don't know. Don't know why they nerf us like that. There we go. Our dots just wore off, but he's about to run, so it's perfect time. Let's hit him with a nuke. And finish him off. Strength of Earth and Skin Like Rock buffs are about to drop. I was going to recast him before this fight, but I started the fight early enough. So now I get to med up to full and recast him, which means I get some extra time. Means I don't have to cast them as often, which means mana efficiency, which means faster, etc., etc. Let's see what Deputy Lou does for us. We're at 3%. So he's a little bit lower than the other guys, I think, because he didn't even get us to 4%. And you could see he didn't really kick our butts either. But he's still dark blue. So we're still in a good spot. And apparently, we are now encumbered. Let me see if I can change that with some reorganizing. So I'm going to go sell. We're going to see how much money I've got. Now, another interesting thing is, when I was here with Faylene, she was getting like 7 platinum per spear, whereas I get 9.5. Which is interesting because I am KOS to them. But see, when I sneak sell, I get indifferent faction prices, whereas she was like apprehensive, so she's getting worse prices. Not to mention her charisma is like 60, whereas mine's like 80. And I really think, I've said this before on some of my old cleric videos, but I don't think I've said it on this particular series. You know, everybody talks about that 75 agility thing, where if you go below 75 agility, you take a huge hit on your AC, right? So there's some sort of threshold there. Well, I was thinking if there's a threshold there for agility, it would make sense if that threshold also exists for the other stats as well. So I think there's a good chance that once you go below 75 charisma, you take a huge hit to, your chances of success in casting a low line spell, and maybe also to your prices. But that's just a theory. I haven't done any research or randomized control trials with large sample sizes, etc. So I can't really say. I forgot to sit. I could have been meditating the whole time. I can't really say. So now I've got a ton of I got like 6 plat and silver and copper. And she doesn't really have any gems. Like, she's got these, but they're only worth 1 gold. For a while, she had gems on her, and I was buying the gems to get rid of my extra weight. So instead of buying gems, we're gonna buy a stack of band-aids, and they still only took the copper and some of the silver, so they're only 1 platinum. See, this makes me want to go shop around, but last time I did go shop around, and I couldn't find gems at the other ones either. But I'm gonna take another look. All right, we found 1 opal on Tipa Lighten, so that's 19 plat. That's nice. That's gonna take a good amount of our silver and our gold away. Now, the reason we're looking for gems specifically is because they resell for almost the same value that you buy them for. So they're a good way to convert low-level coin into something light to save yourself some weight. So you see, we're currently at 99 weight. When I buy this opal, it's going to go down significantly. Went down to 83. So I've still got most of the money. You lose a little bit, but not much. You don't want to try that with these other things. Like, I guess a bronze 2-handed looks like it's decent. Like, they want 4 platinum, 8 gold, and if I were to sell it, it might be 2.5 or 3.5 plat. So not so bad. If you're really in a pinch, you could use those as well. You could just buy it and sell it again right away to convert some lower coin into higher coin and help you with your weight. But another option is jewelry. So jewelry and gems, with gems being better than jewelry. They're not equivalent. They're the good ways to convert a small coin that's weighing you down into higher coin, or just the gems I just keep in my bags if I have the room. But if you don't want to, you can resell it right away, and you've just converted it all into plat. I'm also keeping them because I'm thinking, why not give those gems in a bag? Like, if I have to do a drop, like a dead drop for a twink, gems are the way to give money to the twink. Although I have enough friends now that I think I'm going to be able to do a transfer with a friend. I can give them my bags that I want to give to, say, Sendrith, and they can then hand it to him, which means I'll be able to give them plat as well. So I don't have to give gems, but if that's what I end up arranging, I'll probably sell the gems, then just hand a bunch of plat, save some of the slots in the bags to give more trinkets and whatnot. So, alright, back to the grind. Alright, conjuration just went up on this pull. from casting the Stinging Swarm to 109, so that's where we're at right now. Still plan on doing a lot of Dance of the Fireflies cast to keep it going up, make it more smooth, less fizzles, whenever I have the time. Now that I'm 36, Deputy Keld here is a light blue now. So we've got potentially 2 dark blues and a light blue right here at the gate. A dark blue to the left, probably a green to the right. And the other guy over there was, I think, a light blue as well. So I think we got 2 light blues, 3 dark blues, which is probably about perfect. I think that's 5 mobs, 2 of them being relatively easy. I think that's about what I could do in an 18-minute respawn time. Now that it sucks that the light blues, I think the XP drop-off is pretty extreme on them. But it's not so bad, I guess, right? It's still a good camp for another level, I think. Especially because the money is just so good. And we were up to like, I came over here with 100 or something, and don't even feel like I've done that much. Done like probably 25, 30% XP's worth of killing, and I'm up like a bunch. I did help a Shadow Knight sell, and as a tip, she tipped me 60 plat. She only gave me enough to sell for 193 plat, and for doing that for her, she gave me 60. She gave me like a third, and I'm like, this is kind of a hefty tip for what I did for you. And she's like, yeah, you saved me from having to run all the way to East Commons, so it's worth it to me. I'm saying, all right, well, thanks. So I got 60 plat from that as well. But even without that 60 plat, like that opal that I just bought is, I think it was like 19 plat. So that's 19 plat right there, ready to be sold. So we're up to like 450. So we've made like 300 plat. So I don't know. I'm tempted to save up for a flowing black silk sash. Get that haste. Whew. In that case, if I do get the flowing black silk sash, then I might want to get the lamentation blade, because I think the benefit from it would just be exponential on a weapon with such a huge delay, with those huge hits that it does. So if that thing was hitting fast, I think it would be much better DPS than my dual wielding would be. But even with the dual wielding, it would help a ton, right? So, yeah. So this is probably going to be a whole video, this session. I just can't shut up, right? As you can see, we're already at like 30 minutes. There's no point in adding another session to it. I mean, I could make like an hour-long video and add another session, but I feel like this is it's a good own contained episode here. We're kicking Deputy Astra here. Defense went up, and I just thought I'd show you how we're doing with our stats. Now, fully self-buffed, we've gotten our strength up to 118. Stamina's still low at 87, but it's not horrible. And we got some HP items adding HP, but we could definitely use some help on stamina if we care. Agility is up to 128, and dexterity is at 105. So I feel like we're really getting to a good place with our stats. That was the point of this. Some guy wants to camp. So this guy's gonna split. So Necros can split here. Yeah, this Necro wants to camp, and I'm like, all right, man. And he doesn't like. He's Mr. Cool. He says, you killing me, dog." It's like, well, no, I'm killing the guards, and I was here first. I'm not doing anything to you. But you know, if you're nice, even if you're not nice, apparently I'm gonna be nice. It was nice. He's just joking around. But what happened to the good old days when people would be like, "Oh, excuse me, are you camping all these guards? Or do you know when you might be finished?" You know? I was like, oh, I was planning on doing this. You're already doing it. You're killing me, dog. See what level he's at. He's white. He's the same level as me. He's 30. 36. 36. Alright. Deputy Lou is not up. So this feels like, oh, Deputy Igon. There we go. See, Deputy Igon is the other blue con guard at the gate here. Now we're not ready for him, so we're gonna have to met up. I hope that the Necro doesn't go and snag him, but if he does, I'll be like, whatever. I got my level. And I was surprised to get this camp. I'm playing it in the afternoon, like 2 o'clock my time, which puts it at like 11 p.m. on a Friday night in the West Coast. I was so surprised that I came here and found the guards up. It's like blew my mind because there's a lot of people on the server right now. Oh, it looks like he is gonna go and steal my guard, Aegon. Look at this, dude. He doesn't even... He has no compulsion about, like, the fact that I was here. You know? Like, none. Whatever. You know, I hear a lot of people complaining about, people are just being such assholes and stuff. And, like, you can hear in their attitude that they're getting angry. And I can't help but thinking, like, when they're like, oh, everything's camped and everyone's just like first to engage is the rule and they don't respect the fact that you're like already there and you were killing those mobs. If they can hit it first, they'll take it. Blah 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 blah. And I'm just so angry, and I just imagine that's gonna be you. You're gonna be the one doing that in a hot minute. You know? It's gonna be you in a hot minute. See, there he goes. He's pulling Aegon. Whatever, dude. Like, just because I was manning up for a second, he takes it. Because I'm killing him. I'm killing him. Alright, buddy. Bucko. I guess I like it. It's role-playing. Necromancer. Too bad we can't PvP. What are you doing, Aegon? He's resetting. Okay. Alright, now we got Aegon. But it's not looking good, because we didn't do it right. We're gonna have to snare him. Pull back, and Shield of Thistles. Arrow. And Flame Lick. Arrow. And Stinging Swarm. Come on. Arrow. Oh, this poor little guy, he's... I guess he's trying to kill those mobs. Arrow. And now we engage. We're way behind, so we're gonna do some nuking. And this will be my last kill. I'll let Convulsions have it after this. I thought he took Aegon, and maybe he felt bad. Maybe he smelled my dialogue here, complaining about him taking him. I was like, fine, man, you can have him. Wow, we are really cutting it close here. The dots are going to run out, and I don't have enough mana to reapply Stinging Swarm. But I think we got him. I think we got him. And hopefully Snare holds. There we go. We're good. Letting the Necro know it's all good. He can take the rest of it now. 5%. So we went from 3 to 5 in the last one. 6. So yeah, we seem to be doing about 1.5% per kill. He said shields rotting near gate. We don't see them, though. Alright, you guys. So, been a while since, well, not too long. Been a while since we did a little, solo guard killing sesh. Shared some thoughts. Felt nice. Felt nice. I don't regret talking as much as I did. I hope you guys don't either. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.